cannot believe it's happening, but it's actually happening. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is coming to the West for Nintendo Switch this August, and I am super pumped. August 28th, you can get your hands on Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I didn't think this was going to happen, to be honest with you guys. I was hoping it would. If you've been Monster Hunter fans on the channel for the last couple of months during my World coverage, I actually imported a copy of Double Cross, and you can check that video out here. Essentially, Monster Hunter Double Cross is the ultimate edition of Monster Hunter Generations. Monster Hunter Generations is the most current DS title for the Monster Hunter series. It released in Japan November 28th, 2015, and it came out in North America July 15th, 2016. However, Monster Hunter Generations had an ultimate version, not in the West, but it was called Double Cross, right? And it also came to the DS and the Switch. But there was no English version of the game. You couldn't play Double Cross here in English. I mean, you could if you had a soft-modded Nintendo DS and you actually installed one of the little translation patch things. But for most general people, you couldn't play Double Cross here in the West super easily. And now they're doing it. They're localizing it. That's Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. That's what's coming to the Nintendo Switch this August 28th. And I'm super, super excited. Now, for those of you who enjoyed Monster Hunter World and are looking for a more Monster Hunter in your life, then this is absolutely straight up your alley, especially if you have the Nintendo Switch. And the absolute coolest part of all of this for me is the Switch gives you the benefit of portability plus that docked experience. So let's say, you know, the DS kind of hurts my hands. I have a DS, I have been playing Generations on the DS, and it is really cool getting to experience Monster Hunter on the go. That's where the series roots lay. Obviously, there have been console iterations throughout the series, and those are awesome experiences too, but there's just something really cool about opening it up while you're on the go, getting a hunt down, getting materials, crafting new stuff, and then putting it away until your next opportunity to do so. And Monster Hunter World doesn't give you that, right? Monster Hunter World gives you this awesome console experience, but you lose out on the portability aspect of it. Do not worry if you are a Monster Hunter World diehard fan and you're wondering, in releasing this, are they going to be taking resources away from the team that are supporting World? There are two Monster Hunter teams at work right now. Obviously, the mainline stuff going on with World, and then another team that does the more like offshoot style Monster Hunter games, and they are going to be supporting Generations Ultimate. Since you've had Double Cross out now for a decent chunk of time in Japan, I think you're going to be seeing a steady flow of content for Generations Ultimate when it releases this August. Now, the time frame here is interesting because Monster Hunter World was hinted at releasing this fall on the PC, something I'm extremely excited about because a bunch of my friends don't want to play console anymore. Most of them just have PCs, and I've been trying so desperately to get them into Monster Hunter World. And again, if you've got Generations Ultimate coming out in late August, which is still kind of late summer, and then Monster Hunter World maybe is an October release on the PC, you're now looking at modern Monster Hunter being available on pretty much all platforms, which is really cool. And the popularity of Monster Hunter just growing here in the West is a huge, huge benefit. For those of you who are interested in Generations Ultimate, let's say you have a DS right now, you can actually begin playing Monster Hunter Generations on your DS, and then your save file will transfer to Generations Ultimate, which is pretty cool. When you get the Ultimate versions of the game, they add that new difficulty, they add a bunch of new monsters, they add new armor. It basically is like a giant expansion pack to the game. So if you kind of want to come into this August already ahead of the curve, ready to dive into some of that new, exciting Ultimate content, you may want to start playing over the course of the summer. And then if you're, just don't even have a DS and you're holding onto your Switch, no worries. Starting out this game, Generations was a celebration of Monster Hunter. It has an absolute ton of monsters, doesn't really have a clear defined story, but it has so much depth to it. You've got Transmog, you can fight as your companion, which is just ridiculously cool if you want to go into Prowler mode and try out being a Palico for the first time in battle. And then you also have just immense amount of depth with the different weapon arts. It's not an ultra difficult Monster Hunter game, which is quite nice. However, I will say, if you are a brand new person to the Monster Hunter series, World is still a better starting point. Monster Hunter Generations, with it being a celebration of the Monster Hunter series in general, has a lot of tropes and characteristics of the previous games. And while it does a good job of fostering in a new player, it will be much more akin to the old style games, meaning it's not super user-friendly and you're going to have to figure out a lot of these foundational pillars, basically, of what a Monster Hunter investment cycle is like. World is a much better, easier place to begin from, so I recommend diving into World first if you're still on the fence about Monster Hunter. But man, I am super excited. If you guys want to check out my thoughts on the Japanese version of Double Cross, if you guys want to find out if it's worth importing it for you, if you don't have the patience to wait through the summer until then, you can check the video out. I'll leave the link in the description below. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you could thumbs it up, that would be awesome. Subscribe for more, and I'll be back to talk with you again very soon.